physical features. It also comes from the relationship between people and that place. Schulz puts this idea at the center of architecture. He says that a place is not only something we build, but also something we live in. According to him, a person must be able to find their way and feel that they belong in a place. These two things only have meaning when the physical space and human activity work together. For example, a church can look beautiful on its own, but it only has a real spirit when people experience it through rituals, silence, light, and community. In the same way, a city square is just empty if it only has stones and buildings. But when people sit, talk, and walk there, the square becomes alive. John Gall's ideas are similar to Schulz. Gall shows that public life happens more in places with good design. For example, this rugged pedestrian street in Copenhagen was not only close to cars, but also redesigned to support people's action, like sitting, shopping, or resting in the shade. This change helped people interact more, and the street got its spirit back. Genius logic, the spirit of a place, is not only about the form of a space or people in it. It appears when the physical design and human behavior match and create an emotional connection. The warmth inside the room, the cold outside, the movement through doors, the play of shadows. These are not just design details, they carry the feeling of life. So, physical design and human activity cannot be separated. One is not complete without the other. A meaningful place is not meaningful only because it is built well, but also because people live in it and bring it to life.
Christian Norberg-Schall's ingenious logic towards the phenomenology of architecture argues that the identity of a place stems from its intrinsic character, what he calls the genius loci, or the spirit of the place. For him, architecture should not merely serve functional needs, but must reveal and support the essence of the environment. This includes elements like landscape, natural light, materials, climate, and cultural memory. Norberg-Schall emphasizes a phenomenological approach, meaning that people's experience of place are deeply rooted in the perspective and emotional qualities of their surroundings. Urban identity then is not arbitrarily constructed but rather discovered drawn from the unique qualities that make each place distinct. Without this rootedness, cities risk becoming placeless, generic, and disconnected from both nature and history.
On the other hand, John Gall, in Life Between Buildings, using public space, focuses on human interaction and social behavior as the heart of urban identity. He categorizes human activities in outdoor space into necessary optional and social or resultant activities, and he argues that the quality of the physical environment directly influences how people use public space. Gall's key insight is that a well-designed urban space encourages people to linger, interact, and engage. Urban identity, in his view, is created and continuously reshaped by the everyday behaviors and social practices of people. A space may be aesthetically impressive, but if it fails to support human life and connection, it lacks true identity. Comparing these two perspectives reveals a deeper understanding. Norberg-Schall offers a metaphysical and symbolic foundation, while Gall provides a functional and human-centered interpretation. The identity of a city or urban space is not simply built into its material form, nor is it only a result of social activity. It is a dynamic relationship between the two.
That said, in contemporary urbanism, lived experience may be more significant in maintaining and evolving urban identity. While the intrinsic qualities of a place set the stage, it rooted human activity. Daily routines, spontaneous encourage and collective memories that identify becomes alive and meaningful. A city can preserve its historical and environmental character, but without vibrant public life, it risks becoming a static museum rather than a living environment. As Gehi demonstrates, cities that prioritize people, pedestrian-friendly streets, accessible public spaces, and opportunities for instruction tens of cultivate stronger, more resilient urban identities. In conclusion, urban identity is not an either-or between a sense and experience, but a both. And however, it is a lived experience that activates and sustains the inherent essence of a place. Without people to inhabit, interpret, and constantly recreate it, even the most architecturally profound space cannot fulfill its identity.
Schulz and Jan Gehl both criticize the anonymous, repetitive, and dehumanized urban designs of the 20th century. They believe that the universal and functional ideas of modernism removed at the identity of places and weakened the emotional and cultural connection between people and their surroundings. Let's first look at where these two thinkers agree. Modern architecture has separated people from space. According to Schulz, the mistake of modernism is to see a place only a physical location. Because of this, many modern buildings have no connection with their surroundings and have no special character. Jan Gehl also thinks that modern cities ignore pedestrians and social life, which weakens people's relationship with the space around them. But when it comes to solutions, they are different. Schulz offers a phenomenological approach. He says that architects should feel the spirit of the place and design to show that spirit. For example, building a glass box in a small stone village in Norway would be a mistake for Schulz. He thinks architecture should show the meaning of the place using character, boundaries, light, time, and nature.
Gehl, on the other hand, focuses on human behavior and still life. He believes a place gains identity when many different people interact there. For example, even the direction of benches in a park can affect if people make eye contact or not. Gehl wants to make public life better with small designs like paths for walking, places to sit, and street lights. Let's use an example to show the difference. For Schulz, Venice is a place with strong spirit created over countries throughout water, stone, shadows, and silence. For Gehl, a city is successful if people spend a lot of time outside. In short, Schulz focuses on meaning, while Gehl focuses on use. In conclusion, both thinkers are against place without identity, but Schulz tries to bring meaningful from inside the building, while Gehl creates meaning. In conclusion, both thinkers are against place without identity, but Schulz tries to bring meaning from inside to the building, while Gehl creates meaning through people's actions in space. One highlights the symbolic power of architecture, the other focuses on the life that fills the space. When we combine both views, we can create places with identity on both a physical and social level.
Small-scale design interventions can help both the physical and social parts of architecture. These small changes do not only make a place look better, but also change how people use and feel the space. At this point, Christian Norberg Schulz's idea of genealogy and Jan Gehl's idea about social interaction can come together and support each other in meaningful ways. For example, if we use traditional materials to pave a historical street, we can protect the memory and identity of the place. These materials, such as cobblestones, wood, or local stone, not only reflect the past, but also help people form a stronger emotional connection with the environment. Then, if we add benches, some plants, or soft lighting, people will want to stay longer. They may sit, talk, watch others, or relax. This makes the place more alive and helps people feel close to it, which supports both the sense of place and social engagement.
Also, adding a small open-air library, a tiny cafe, or simple exhibitions tend to a historic square can give the place more function. These additions don't damage the character of the place, but instead activated it. A once empty corner can become a meeting point. A shade stop can turn into a favorite reading corner. In this way, small changes create new possibilities for daily use. Norbert Schulz says architecture is the art of making the spirit of place livable. This means we don't need to build something completely new every time. Sometimes we just need to help people see the value of what already exists and create conditions that allow them to experience it in a deeper way. Jan Gehl also believes that public places become meaningful when people use them. For him, good design is not only about beauty, it must also be useful and welcoming. In his studies of cities, he observed how details like seating opportunities, street-level windows, or pedestrian-friendly paths can invite people to stop, integrate, and spend more time outdoors. When people stop, talk, play, or watch in a place, the social life is become stronger. Small-scale interventions, when designed with care, can therefore build a bridge between emotionally memory and active use.
In conclusion, small-scale design interventions can protect or even improve the spirit of place if they respect the context, history, and environment. At the same time, they can increase human interaction if they consider people's daily behaviors and needs. Rather than being temporary or superficial, these interventions can offer long-lasting impact when grounded in a thoughtful understanding of place and people. Norbert Schulz's idea about protecting place identity and Gehl's idea about making social life better are not opposite. In fact, they can work together in a complementary way. By combining a sensitivity to place with attending to human behavior, architects and designers can create spaces that are both meaningful and lively. With a good architectural approach, we can design spaces that are human-centered, socially active, and emotionally resonant. If small changes are made carefully, respecting the history, culture, and physical form of the area, the genius logic can become stronger. People will feel that the place belongs to them, that it has a story worth preserving. And if we think about human scale and how people live, the space becomes not only beautiful, but also a place where people want to be again and again. Architecture, then, is not just about building shapes. It is about helping people feel connected to a place, live in it, and enjoy it. It is about creating environments where memories can grow and where both individuals and communities can thrive. And it was all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next week.